All right, we are back with some Winter Wonderland in Sons of the Forest. What are we doing today? We're going to finish up our little area over there. By putting in the fireplace. I got words. I know words. Then I think we'll do some other work. We'll do work. Put that away. Mm-hmm. Not sure what we need to have Kelvin doing today. I'm probably cutting some trees down. It's so snowy there, huh? Hmm. That's a lot of stones. Oh, well. Can't do anything with this, huh? Well, I'm sure I'll use these at some point. you don't want to get hit, you better move. I'm not in your mood. I'm not in the mood to deal with your nonsense today. Do I need this for anything? Probably. Let's leave it there. Now let's see how long the game goes without freezing all the enemies or people. Well, this vexes me here. I don't want to put... I want to cover this completely up. Can I possibly remove this one here? No, it will not let you do that. Well, that is a shame. If I want to close this up, I'm going to have to tear this out. What I needed to do was put the floor down, the floor down first, and then place the 620. Here we go. It'll fit right in now. Right there. Do I want to bring that up? I don't think so. Any walkways over here that we want to do? Maybe. Oh, we can maybe do that right there. Put this right here. Our door, not do that anymore. You know, the moment I drop those in there, Kelvin, Virginia won't be able to move. All right. I think that's a nice walkway. Yes, yes, we're done here, friends. We're now done here. Excellent, Smithers. All right, where to now? Well, we do have some walkways to build. Or finish up, rather. Over here. Yeah, I think they're over here, aren't they? We needed to finish this side. Oh, let's get the cart. Before it falls into the abyss. There's no more than one way to skin a cat. And skin that cat we shall. Alright. So we need to do that little final leg. That should prove to be very easy. There. And then another one over there. Well, let's have Kelvin cut down some trees. Well, he's still active. Come on, Kelvin. You were 5 minutes ago. You were all about wanting to. Are you locked now? Probably. The game can't go 30 minutes without. All right. Get logs and fill holders. Huh? No. Oh, yeah, this should take no time. Leave him alone. We're your friends. Hmm? Come on, Billy Badass. Let's go. Come on. You started this. I don't hold out much hope that he'll be able to do this for the next 5 or 6 days. The game's going to freeze all the assets in place. Game's already started. Yep. No, there he is. He's moving. That was not even. All right. Well, there's all kinds of not fun. Son, you're about as dumb as a box of hammers, aren't you? All right. Also needed to work on a platform going that way so that we can build a zip line. Right, well, we'll go to sleep and we'll finish up doing what we're doing over here today, tomorrow, next week. And then plan our next big build. The walkway build, anyway. It is wintertime. Must take advantage. Need water. It's the wintertime. Gotta take advantage of the icy ground. dabba doobie. Doobie dabba doobie. Dobby dee doo dee doo doo. Now he didn't keep his orders, I guarantee you. Because he was in a locked door or locked room. No, maybe he did. Who knows? Let's go see where this one leads. This one goes here, but I don't want it here. I want it here. And you can see that the game is already... Okay, he's moving. But not very well. Here's another guy. Hmm. And it only seems to happen when we build. So we can just play the game and not build, you know? And then everything will work. Like it's supposed to. Well, at least we get to enjoy 5 or 6 full building days without any attacks at all. Maybe, just maybe, I'll go replenish my armor. Get some Zolfite. I guess we're out of this armor, aren't we? We're out. We don't have any mores. Oh yeah, I was also going to take a day and reorganize the base interior layout a little bit. What to do? That's going to be a cluster. This is so packed full of crap. Oh, why did I fill that one up? Because I was wondering if Kelvin would come over. And it's just easier to fill up the cart and run it over back and forth instead of having Kelvin, you know, chase after the logs and whatnot. Hey, look, Kelvin's chasing after some logs. Yeah, tell me something I didn't know. Yeah, but he's chasing after more logs. You mean the ones we just cut down and moved over there? Yep, he's going after those. You mean he's not cutting down the ones he cut, or picking up the ones he cut down a few minutes ago? Nope. He's programmed, it has to do with his programming. He's programmed to go after the closest item in his inventory, and the closest item happens to be right there. And then he goes, oh, look, let me go get that. And then he, of course, you know, goes after it. So if you have to work with Kelvin in an area, just no. turn this off 55 times. Stupid Microsoft. Do you want to turn this off? Turn that thing off 55 times. I've gone into settings. I've gone in. I need to find a way to disable that permanently. I think I know how to do it. I just got to get around to doing it. One of these days, I'll become sufficiently annoyed that I'll go in there and turn it off. Do you want to turn off the keys that you use all the time? Yeah, it only happens in this game, too. It's not like there's other games. I have no problems with other games. For some reason, Microsoft just thinks that this game just has to, you must be using the keys in some strange way that we need to warn you about accessibility and whatnot. Nice. And it pops up at odd times, too. It's not like, there's any logic behind it. But then again, there's not really a lot of logic behind Microsoft's, general Windows system. It's pretty much a garbage bin of bloatware. I would switch over to Linux, and I've played around with Linux quite a bit, but the problem is that the things that make Linux so great are also the things that make it not good. What do you mean by that? Well, take for example, I use LibreOffice all the time, right? It's a great program. I also have Microsoft Word. I use that more often than Libre, though. Why? File formatting. It looks better. It's cleaner interface. It's an all. You pay for what you get. Libre's free, so I've got a laptop with Libre on it. I use it all the time on that because it's free. And then my main computer has Office on it. You get what you pay for. You get a clean look. And sometimes you get what you don't pay for, too, like bloatware, which is Microsoft's specialty. Google Sheets. Like, I'm not connected to I would never use Google Sheets or Google Docs. I had to use those for work. Share projects with people and stuff. Those are fine, but, you're not always connected to the internet. With Google Sheets and whatnot. But you get what you pay for. It's free. Yeah, Google Sheets is free, but at what cost? Cost of your soul. That's what the cost is. And same thing with Microsoft. It's not any better. It's not any... But I was going to switch over to... The problem with Linux, I don't want to spend 4 hours setting up a game. Oh, I want to play this specialty game. It runs on Microsoft, but it won't run on Linux unless I, download 7 different drivers and packages. Search on the various 422 forums to find what I need. Play this oddball video game that I want to play. I know games are becoming more Linux friendly. Like Steam's coming up with they've got their own version of it. As an operating system, and it's such a clean operating system, but it just freaking works, man. It's like so clean, and you can customize it and do all the kind of things, but it's not it's not plug and play. I mean, yeah, they've done a lot of work towards getting there. But, you know, I don't want to have to sit here and edit my files anymore. I'm getting too old for that crap. Well, I mean, I'm getting too old is I just don't want to do it. I got other things in life that I want to do. I used to love sitting down and looking at code and trying to figure out this and that. I just don't have the patience for it anymore. No, I've got other things to do. I just want my operating system to work when I plug it in. And then you can get things like Linux Mint, which I played around with, which is it's pretty user friendly. You know, you install it. It's kind of a I don't want to say it's a beginnerish, but it operates pretty well. I tried to boot new. Oh, that was a nightmare. I hated it. I hated the look of it. Yeah, I know. Mint is a offshoot of Ubuntu, but the Ubuntu GUI is just horrible. Oh, you can change all that. I don't want to change all that. You hear what I said a minute ago? I want to sit here and have to try to change everything, customize everything, play around with everything. I just want to install my stuff, change my background color, and be done with it. Right? I want to turn on a music player, have it work. Turn on, bring up my browser, have it work. Whoop. And if you're so inclined, you can do really cool stuff with the Linux OS. You got different distributions. If you're unfamiliar with Linux at all, distributions are just like the different flavors of Linux. There's some really cool ones, and there's some really advanced ones. And there's one where like ones you have to spend a lot of time customizing. I mean, it's like building a hot rod, you know, building your own car or something. Sometimes you get a car prepackaged for you, and you just put in a key and go. And sometimes you want to build yourself a car. Sometimes you just want the frame. Maybe the motor already made, and you'll do the rest. That's kind of what Linux is. I want my operating system to operate this way. That's what it does, and it just freaking runs. It's a good operating system. It's not. I just don't have the time anymore to keep up with it. Don't have the time. Got too many irons in the fire. All right, all this is done. It looks like we're missing one. There we go. There we go. Okay. Good. 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 Now, this could be a zipline station right here. Maybe. We do need to check our length, though. So that's the first thing we need to do. Check that. This is 120 meters. Where we can go. We're 160 meters. Once again, using the most inferior measuring system known to man. Well, this thing can go quite a bit. Do we want a way station maybe right here? We could have one maybe right here. That's a good question. Yeah, I think one right here would be good. So we can use this one to go across that way. I think we'll put one there. Yes, yeah, let's go. Let's go in here. Okay. Roughly. What I'm going to do is we're going to future-proof. That'll take us to the islands. That'll take us midway here. Which then we could use a zip system. And it would have to be something like maybe over here. No, it'd be on the other side. We'd do it on the other side, I think. Oh no, I got a building going in over there. No, we could go. We could thread the needle. We could definitely thread the needle. Yes, yes. It all makes sense now. You have the beginnings of a plan. Right about chop. That will do. That will do nicely. Oh, look, it's one of Frankie Boy's friends. Huh? What do you think now? Huh? You can't move. You're stuck here. I'm not going to kill him, though. All right, so we're going to go across the ice this way. You don't know who Frankie Boy is. He's one of the longtime supporters of the channel. He's always show up on the live streams. Gave us a couple good ideas. That's his swimming pool over there. And that's his little toboggan slide. Yeah. I can't get rid of him. I try to get rid of him as often as possible. I try to, you know, stop him from being a member of the channel. He just keeps showing up like a bad penny. Keeps turning up like a bad penny. I don't know what to do about it, quite honestly. Trying my best. He's also Canadian, which explains a lot. Unfortunately, he's just, you know, Mr. Nice Guy all the time. Can't get mad at him for being so nice. Why are you so nice? Because he's Canadian, that's why. And these are his moose. He wanted a moose garden where we would have a, you know, a petting zoo for moose. And I told him it wouldn't be a good idea, but he wants one. I don't think it's a good idea. Moose are not known for their, well, positive nature in life. I mean, they're big 2,000-pound animals, not kilos, pounds. Proper measurements that must be made. I don't know how much they weigh. They're pretty big, though. Pretty scary looking. I think, you know, they live in Canada. So, I mean, well, this is kind of like one of the Canadian islands, so naturally there are moose here. And you really don't want to meet one out in the wild. They're not all pleasant creatures either. I mean, they don't intentionally want to be mean to you, but you're in their territory. This is my house. Why are you here? They ask you to leave nicely, you know, and you don't. That's when they get mad. I wouldn't even know what to do if there was a moose around my house. Like, just back away? Did you back away slowly? Is that what you're supposed to do? Just kind of hope he doesn't see you? Not quite sure. Come on. Come on. Chop the tree down. There you go. Could you imagine having to listen to that all night long? Go back here, maybe? It would be a little better, I think. A little bit more distance, but we do want kind of a midway point. I think this is fine right here. Yeah, I think this should be the point. the exchange route here. I'll have to move it over this way because of the rock formation, but that shouldn't be a problem. All right, so let me look at this one, see how I built it. See how we built that there thing. Really, we just walk up it and go, hey, we go up, down, and we go down. This one doesn't have a ramp on it because of this double row here. This is where we can drive golf carts. This is just a highway. Path that way. Yeah, we're not going to put a zip line there because we already have one there. I don't want to clog up the world with zip lines. You know? Where do we want to go? Right, like this. Okay, so we'll bring that up. Oh my gosh, this guy just needs to calm himself down. All right. Hey, there's Kelvin. Oh, Kelvin, I don't have anything for you to do today, buddy. You're just going to have to... The frozen landscape that is our lives. All right, that's going to do it for today. Appreciate everybody stopping by, hanging out, and watching. See you next time.